Most of the times I do get a particular question from my students and the intending ones, and here I want to make a video showing how possible it is. What is the question? The question is, can I make bar soap using 100% palm oil? The answer is yes. You can make your bar soap using 100% palm oil. Now this is what you're going to do depending on what you're working with. What I have in that ash bowl is my dissolved caustic soda. Sorry, I didn't video the part where I dissolved the caustic soda. Okay, but if I have trained you, just know that, oh, this quantity is what you do. But if you don't know, towards this video I'm going to put a calculation on the screen, how you're going to calculate to get the exact amount of caustic soda needed for any amount of oil that you want to use. Okay, so what do? I measured out my palm oil. I didn't warm it, I just measured it out. Okay, and I dissolve my caustic soda, allow it to clear. Just make sure that, when you dissolve caustic soda in water, the water will be cloudy. Just allow it to clear up. It will still be very hot. Then you pour it into your oil and mix it. Okay, please, for this particular formula, for this particular method, use a stainless bucket, stainless pot, stainless basin, stainless, whatever you're using for production. Don't use plastic for this, please. Don't use plastic. Then you mix everything together and you cover. Now watch the color of the mixture. Take note of the color of the mixture, and I'm going to show you the color of the mixture when the soap has gelled. Now what do we do next? We cover the mixture, that the vessel you are using for the production, you cover it airtight. Make sure that the heat did not evaporate, because we need the heat to get this job done. Okay, so this ball I used did not cover it well. So what do? I used a nylon, a thicker nylon, and cover it. Remember I said use something that's going to cover the vessel airtight, so that the heat from the soap will not evaporate, because if the heat from the soap is evaporating, it's going to cause a delay in getting the soap gel. Did you get that? If the soap in this soap batter, if the heat in this soap batter is evaporating somehow, the heating process is going to be delayed. Okay, so I checked it now. Within 2 minutes it's already gelling from inside. Okay, how do you know when your soap gels? Just look at the surface. You see that you be seeing something like a crack. Okay, depending on the quantity of water you use. That is very important. See, in this soap making formulation and all that, there are so many things you need to learn, so many little tricks that you need to learn that are going to save you or help you a lot. Okay, now depending on the water you're using, it will determine the long your soap batter gets gelled. Okay, and all that. Okay, so now look at it. The soap has gelled. Now watch this closely. See the one I took from the vessel and see the one I use the spatula to stir. Look at the color. Did you see the color? That there's a bit different. So the soap has gelled, and what do I do next? I'll give it a good mix it very well, then add my color. At this stage is when I like adding my color. If I've trained you physically on any method at all, know that in semi-hot process we usually add our color during the gelling process, the gelling phase, or when the soap has gelled. Okay, now what do I add? I add my sugar solution. Yeah, we need a sugar solution for this. Okay, if you don't work with sugar solution, that's fine, it's optional, but for this we use it. Okay, so I'll mix it very well. Make sure that it's mixed very well. Now how again can you add your oil to your soap? You can add your oil to your oil if you know the exact quantity of color. If you know the exact quantity of the color you are using, you can measure it and add it to your oil. That if it's oil soluble color. But if it's water soluble color, you can add it immediately you mixed your soap. Yeah, you can add it immediately you mixed your soap batter and to allow it to gel. Yeah, so what do you add next? You add ethanol, which is optional. Please, ethanol in this is optional. This is a demonstration video. Actually, I'm using ethanol because the person that requested for this sample requested that ethanol should be used. The person wants to submit it to, I don't know where they want to submit it. Okay, so they requested for a sample. I said, this is a good time for me to make this particular method and show those that are interested in it. All right, and you add your ethanol. Okay, the quantity of ethanol you are using depending on how you're working with ethanol. You can do 5%, you can do 10%, you can do 15%, you can do 20%. Some people do as high as 50%, but I won't tell you the percentage you should use your ethanol or your ingredients. Okay, but if I'm training you, I will tell you this is why you should use this so and so amount, this is why you should not use, because every percentage have advantage and disadvantage. Yes, so you should be able to know. Now what do I do next? I'll add my silicate. Yeah, you need it in this method, but ethanol is optional. Silicate, you need it in this method. You add it and you mix very well, make sure it's mixed very well. You can add your silicate mix with your ethanol and add it together. Okay, then you add your perfume. This is me adding my perfume is, you know, as you prefer, as you like. Okay, depending on the percentage you are working with and the people you are selling to. Okay, that's very very important to know. Then you mix very well, and the last ingredient you are going to add is foaming agent or SLS solution. You get your SLS, you dissolve it and allow it to dissolve very well, then you use it in your production, or you add a foam booster. You can use any foam booster of your choice, because this is 100% palm oil. Okay, 100% palm oil. Not that it's not going to foam, it's not going to foam, but here in Nigeria we like soap that foams very well, and people tend to believe foaming of a cleaning product to be the effectiveness, which is not. That's a story for another day. Then you mix everything very well, then you pour into your mold. Now remember, if you want to start your production, if you're a newbie or an intermediate a producer, please make sure that you get your mold lined. Get your mold and line it before you start your production. Okay, but me, I can produce and line my mold anytime and pour my soap. Okay, can you see? Now if you want this method, if you want your soap lighter in viscosity, you can increase your water. But know that increasing of water in a soap production have disadvantage and advantage. All right, so this is me pouring the soap into the mold, and I'll allow it to harden, then cut. Okay, in few hours or when it is hardened, depending on your environment, the weather at that particular time you produce it and where you keep the soap is to determine how long your soap takes to hard. But maximum 24 hours, it doesn't even get to 24 hours, but maximum 24 hours your soap must have been as hard as rock. Okay, so after pouring it into the mold, I'll keep it, then allow it to harden. Though I usually leave, if I'm producing, I usually produce towards evening, so that the next day when I get to the workshop I will cut. Okay, what do? You heat it. You heat the mold. If you can't heat the mold, use your spatula or turning stick or anything to just draw a square at the edges of your mold. Just follow the shape of your mold, and draw it so that the soap can get to the bottom of your mold. Now this is the next day. The soap has hardened. You saw another soap there which I also make. That one is the same method, but I did not use ethanol in that one. But this particular one, the person requested that I use ethanol for them. Okay, so this is me cutting the soap, and cut to any size you want, any shape you want, and you sell depending on the size you're selling and people you are selling to. This particular size I cut is I use the Viva size to cut for them. They want the soap to be in size of Viva, not actually in shape. Viva soap, they have grooves, but this one there is no groove, just plain. Okay, and yeah, I got my Viva soap and I use it to take the measurement. That's why I use this particular cutter. If it's just normal soap that I'm selling, I'll use the other cutter and cut my soap and supply and sell. But for this particular order, requested production, I used this cutter, which made me to take the measurement of the Viva bar soap, and yeah, I got exactly what they want, they paid for.